So, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, friends, wherever you are. I'm Dr. Rupa Shah, and today the topic that I have selected is perfumes and perspiration. This is something very, very important to learn about because I have observed many mistakes are happening even at this level. So, one of the most important thing is that why do we perspire? And why it is so important for us to have this perspiration. So it is a part of our autoimmune nervous system. We call it ANS. And the perspiration should happen. It is part of our detox mechanism in the body. So how many ways we perspire? For example, if it's too hot, then we perspire. So it's a part of our temperature control mechanism in the body. You also perspire when you have fever and you are just going to break the fever, and the perspiration happens, and this is how the fever breaks. So it's the control of body temperature. It is also associated with seasons, various seasons. In summer, you perspire more. In winter, you perspire less. If you are in an air conditioned environment, obviously you are not going to perspire. So body is trying to do a lot of detox, but now in a temperature controlled environment, some of the toxins may remain inside your body. So this is an issue with the temperature, air conditioned environment. Then what does it contain? It just contains water and some salts, and it is also associated with kidney, because in winter your urination is more, sweating is less. In summer you sweat more, and the kidney does less work, so you have less of the urine in the summertime. So this is the partnership of the sweating function and the kidney. Also, our perspiration smell is very, very important. Many people are using nowadays a lot of perfumes and deodorant, and it's a very huge market. We constantly some marketing of some perfume or some deo inspiring us to try some product, and it will claim that it's going to make you remain fresh for 8 hours and things like that. I've seen over the years, when a patient walks into my clinic, if he is wearing a perfume, I am concerned. I'm really concerned on 2 points. There is very likely that the person is having bad smelling perspiration, and that person wants to hide that smell, and that is why is using routinely some perfume or some deo. And secondly, that these perfumes are very strong chemicals, and I'm very concerned that that person is going to inhale those chemicals all the time. And not only that person is inhaling, even we are inhaling that, because we come in contact with such people. Sometimes we are sitting in rickshaw or taxi or some public places, and we find that some people emit very strong odor from their body, either from their clothes or really from their own body, and this odor really puts us off. So smell in your perspiration really tells a story, and we have to listen to it. If it is smelling really bad, that means there are some toxins that are trying to come out of your body through perspiration, and we should let it happen and not suppress it. Some of these antiperspirant roll-ons that are available are actually containing aluminum and some such toxic compounds that are actually suppressing your sweating, which is really bad. That because you are now actually introducing some other toxic chemical in your system, and you are not actually letting the one which should also come out. So these two things, really pay attention. If you remove your socks and they are smelling, then again your body is trying to detox. Your clothes are smelling, and many people have some kind of a little bit of obsessive compulsive neurosis, where they're constantly worried about, maybe I'm smelling, I'm not clean enough. So these are also another point. Now if you have too much of perspiration in your palms, we call it as hyperhidrosis. So people who are very nervous, or their autonomous nervous system is active like that, then they sweat a lot, and whenever they are holding something, it's all wet, wet, wet. So we have to be very careful. Also, under the stressful situation, we have a lot of sweating. So in our Hindi language we say pasine chhut gaye, like so much of sweating happen when you are very afraid and you are scared, you're frozen in time, and you start sweating, you shake, this is the time. So it's a function of autonomous nervous system, but it is very deeply linked with our emotions. Remember, our autonomous nervous system linked with the emotions and our thoughts. So it's very important that we take care of it. Some people have very, very little perspiration, it is very suppressed, they hardly perspire. Even that is not a good sign. So excessive perspiration is not a good sign, and suppressed perspiration is also not good sign, because then the toxins remain inside your body. Now the women who are going through menopause, they also have a lot of hot flushes and excessive perspiration. They have, these rounds of this, and then suddenly the whole body is very hot, and they want a fan to be on for a few minutes, and after the perspiration the body cools down. These are hot flashes, we call them. Then there are also those who are type 2 diabetics, and when they are on some medication, and there is a possibility that they get low sugar attacks, and that is the time they also have, sweating, we call it as low sugar attacks. And this is how they come to know that, the sugar has gone down. So it is very important that we choose the soaps and the perfumes very carefully. It should not be loaded with lot of chemicals. The bad perspiration, smell, or excessive perspiration also linked with the diet, our food. If our food is not right, our body is going to show off. So we have to detox our body even at the diet level. And I usually recommend living foods, foods with lots of living energy, which are easy to assimilate, which have a lot more nurturing quality. Your body can process it, and the sweating, will gradually disappear. People who eat a lot of junk food, I have observed that their sweat smells a lot. Also, some people have very selected parts of their body where the perspiration is more. So they'll come and tell me that only upper lip or this area around the mouth. Some have only around the head, some have only around the front of the chest. So these are also indication of some other internal problem, which today I'm not going to discuss in detail, but this is one of the way we diagnose. A good doctor will listen to the patient carefully, all the symptoms, location, when, how, what happens, everything is very important. Then, very important, as I mentioned earlier, that in fever, the fever should be sustained, and then if you have perspiration, it is much better. But nowadays, many people are, taking some antipyretics to, arrest the process halfway through and then get the perspiration. But that's not the correct way. You should really get your fever down with perspiration. Then when you are exercising a lot, you exercise, you are into gymming, you sweat a lot, which is fine, which is really healthy. Then you go to sauna, and there also you perspire, or a steam bath, which people actually pay money and take, steam bath, where you perspire a lot and you detox. That's also very good for your body. Then if you are depressed and you are anxious, there are people who have these emotional symptoms associated with excessive perspiration. There are also people who tell me that they get night sweats, suddenly in the middle of the night they wake up with a panic attack, and then there is sweating. So these are called as night sweats. These are actually sign of some deeper trouble in the body. It can be just a fearful a dream or just a nightmare, then that is another set of problem. But this also may be suggesting that there's some deeper problem in your body, maybe. So be careful when you get night sweats. Now the synthetic perfumes available in the market are something that you should just get rid of it. Maybe just use it once in a while for some fancy function, which is okay, but I even don't recommend that. There are natural perfumes available in the market which are based on essential oils, which are very, very gentle, which have actually healing qualities. Use those like rose or sandalwood or jasmine, but be careful that they are very natural. 100% natural. They are not adulterated with any chemicals. So all other synthetic perfume, please get rid of them. Don't use them. They are extremely harmful for our health. They contain all those chemicals which are inhaled by us all the time. They are also called as hormone disruptors. So they disrupt actually the hormone cycle in our body. So that is not worth using it. It's going to disturb the hormone cycle, and you may need some medication, and then you'll be in deeper trouble. Now, where there are various perfumes used in various kind of products. So your shampoos and your conditioners, your soaps, bathing soaps, or your liquid soap, your laundry detergent, your car perfume, your air fresheners, then aftershave lotions, and some other fancy creams that's offering you a very wonderful skin. All of these, read labels carefully, because as I mentioned to you, that these are hormone disruptors and they are not good for health. And one of the most important thing which is fantastic for our own body is to wear simple cotton clothes which are breathing, natural cotton. Even nowadays organic cotton is available. Nowadays we get cotton which is using dyed with vegetable dyes. These are the one of the safest. Your skin is breathing, your cotton clothes absorb the sweat, and it's much easier. If you wear synthetic clothes, the perspiration doesn't get absorbed, and they are going to irritate your skin even further, and then you have a very wet inside undergarments, and then you invite the fungal infection, and then you start using some chemical products for your fungal infection. So don't do this. Just get onto the natural lifestyle. Something that is so close to your body should be all cotton clothes as far as possible. Even the undergarments should have minimum of synthetic material, more of cotton material. Then this will be very good for you in the long run. There are a lot many things that I can speak about perspiration, sweating, but today, since it's a short talk, all I want to say is that pay attention, be careful. You may need to use some detox, so then let's do that. And from time to time, pay attention to the smell part of it. And if it is smelling, then there's something that's getting clean from your body. And then you change your diet and lifestyle. Maybe go on fasting or water fasting or juice feasting. Try to use more organic, and this will definitely get you rid of it. I also have some of the flower remedies that I use for detox and helping patients to detox completely. There's a detox 21 box that I use. It's a 21-day program. Or I also recommend some of the flower remedies like crab apple or lotus. So these also can be used for detoxing and cleansing of your body. So that's all today. If you have any questions, then you do write in the comment sections, or any other topics that you want me to share my knowledge with. I am very happy. And remember, don't suppress your perspiration ever. And try and actually, I always say that you should go through the summer sweating, because that's what nature has decided. If you hide yourself almost 20 hours of the day inside an air conditioned environment, then you are not going to sweat enough. You must sweat enough when it's time to perspire in the summertime. So that is going in the rhythms of nature. Go along with the way seasons happen, and our body should go through the summer with lot of perspiration. And in the winter, if you don't, then it is okay. But if you go through summer without even shedding a drop of sweat, then that's not going to be healthy for your body. So all right, thank you very much, Anjana, again for wishing me a good afternoon, and happy to see you here again. So friends, again, I'll be back tomorrow with another interesting topic. So see you tomorrow.